What happens when America's most iconic luxury SUV goes fully electric? Behind me is the 2025 Escalade IQ and it is certainly awesome. In fact, this car has 750 horsepower, mind-blowing tech and Super Cruise hands-free driving. But is this almost $180,000 EV the future of big luxury, or is it the answer to a question which no one asked? Let's find out. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Auto Reviews 24. And if you are into honest, simple and practical car reviews, then this video is for you. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to support my channel. Today, we are going to talk about this Cadillac's boldest move yet. This one here is the 2025 all-electric Cadillac IQ. And this here, what we have is the top of the line Sports 2 or Premium Sports, what they call it. In fact, I love this color right here. This is the flare metallic. It is very similar to the silver color which you guys are used to, but this is little different from what it is. Now, the question which I am here to ask you is, has Cadillac done enough to make this reinvention of the Cadillac marque or the iconic car out there? Is the EV performance good enough for the hefty price tag what it has? We will find out in this full review. A huge shout out to Kathleen from Carter Cadillac for lending us this iconic Escalade so I can review this for you guys. And if you want great deals for any Cadillac products, reach out to her. And hey, don't forget to mention Auto Reviews 24. Alright, so in this review, we are going to find out the flamboyant exterior design, the futuristic and luxurious interior and the tech, as well as the driving impression with this 750 horsepower and 789 pound-feet of torque what this electric motor gives us. This car is 9,000 pounds heavier. So it is interesting to know how does this car drive on the road. So what do you think? Is Cadillac hitting the right notes with this EV? Let me know in the comment below. Alright, so it's time for the exterior design of this Escalade IQ. And boy, this car pretty much looks like an original Escalade which we all know. But there are certainly certain changes in this car which are very much to this EV model only. We'll talk about that as we speak along. Now, at first glance, you see this massive black crystal grille in front of you with this awesome big Cadillac logo which also glows in the night time. In fact, the entire grille also glows with this lining strip what you see here, and it seamlessly blends with the overall Cadillac front here. You also have some interesting light touches or design elements over here in this blacked out panel which is more plasticky I would say, but it looks really nice and breaks down the overall design language. On the sides here is where you have the vertical headlights. It has got this classic vertical 9 LEDs stacked up vertically and it looks really luxurious. In fact, the daytime running light are the DNA of Escalade cars and it looks stunning in my opinion. Everything is blacked out here and it goes very well with the front look. The front camera system which will give you 360-degree camera view, as well as a huge radar here which enables you adaptive cruise control and super cruise. The lower bumper is very aggressive yet elegant and sophisticated. It has got this three-tone finish, all piano black with some chrome accent, and this body paint which really goes well with the overall front fascia. All this grille is active grille, so it kind of helps to cool the batteries inside. Let us talk about the car from the side profile. That's where you will see the sheer size and length of this car. The car is apparently 224 inches long, 94 inches wide, and the ground clearance here is 6.9 inches only. But hey, don't you worry. This car comes with standard air suspension. That means you can raise the car as and when you want, or even lower the car if you want. But well, the talking point here is this massive 24-inch alloy wheels, aerodynamic wheels. I love the way it looks, especially this two-tone finish. And the tire which we have here from Michelin is the R24 275 by 50 profile, and this looks massive in my opinion. We'll see does it impact the ride quality or not in the driving dynamics. When we go to the side is where you will even see this classic Cadillac logo and this beautiful chrome finish. Also you have this light bar which can be used for your side indicators. Now talking about the massive side mirrors, it has got great visibility, blacked out accent over here as well, some chrome finish, and it has got this camera system for your 360-degree view. The first thing which I see is this slopey and lowered roof line, and this is the DNA of the Escalade IQ here. The regular Escalade has the windows slightly bigger than this one. I like this sleek profile of this windows. Every detailing here is top notch. You have got this black accent across the window. Even the roof line is blacked out because this is a dual tone finish. This is a massive car, but the good thing is it's very easy to maneuver this thanks to the rear wheel steering as well. That means all your four wheels actually moves in one direction, left or right, when you want to turn this car in whichever direction you want. The handle also has a light bar which lights up in the night time. This car has got automated door opening as well as closing. You see this? Just press this button and voila, the car opens up for yourself. In fact, you can use the same button over here, automatically close the doors, and they are soft closing as well, so that is luxury for you guys. Well, what else we have here is this big rolling board or a step. The same black chrome accent as well as this piano black finish continues across the width of this car, and that's where the small detailings kind of make this car look luxurious from outside as well. Now we are talking about the C and D pillar. This is another place where you will see the change from the regular Escalade. Floaty roofline as well as this elegant black trip which seamlessly connects to the back of the car, and this quarter window, the D pillar here, is very well designed in my opinion. And now the question is, how do we charge this car? The charger, good thing is it's on the driver left. That means you can easily use this car to charge even at Tesla charging points. But hold on, we have a problem here. When you open this, you got the standard CCS charging port, no NACS charging port yet from Cadillac. In fact, they have told that for the 2026 model, they might make that changes, but it's not been confirmed yet. This car comes with an onboard AC charging of 19.2 kilowatt hour, which can take roughly around 7 to 8 hours for full charge, or even you can do DC fast charging with this because it has got 800 volt architecture. That means you have got 350 kilowatt hour of fast charging, and this car can charge to 116 miles in just 10 minutes. So it's as simple as that. You just use this button over here to close this charging port, and that brings us to the back of this car. In my opinion, this car looks the most handsomest and sophisticated from the back of the car. I love the way the car is designed, in fact, because the car has a very interesting design choice. Split tail lights here. This portion here is also a tail light which is very classically and seamlessly designed. The way it is looks like a mirror or a crystal glass. So the lower part of the tail light here is also classic and very luxurious. It has got two different elements, vertical lights and horizontal slots here. And the intriguing detail in this is top notch. The badging of the car is also very simple. You have got Escalade IQ mentioned here. This is where you notice that this is an all electric car and not a regular gas powered Escalade. In the center is where you have the Cadillac logo which also glows, and on my right here is where you see 1000 E4. E4 stands for all-wheel drive. 1000 is their way of talking about torque in Newton meter. Over to the rear lower bumper, again very aggressive, very prominent and dual toned. You have got this black piano finish as well as some black accent here, broken down with this rear reflector as well as rear lights, and you have got big towing hitch under this. Very clean look, no exhaust obviously because it's an EV. Even the rear window is huge, and The wiper is tucked neatly inside this to give you a perfectly clean look. The rear brake lights are also very classic in its own way, along with the shark antenna fin over there. And as you see, this black chrome touch continues across the width of the car, and that's where the premiumness of this car comes out very well. This car can easily tow 8,000 pounds. That's a good healthy number. You have got rear camera system over here, and you can also have a washer which can clean this camera system. Now let us open the trunk and see how much space does it provide. You simply press this Cadillac logo, and that's where the power operated trunk opens for you. So let us talk about the trunk space over here. Behind the third row, you get 23.6 cubic feet of space, which is really a good number. If you flat the third row, you get 69 cubic feet of space. And if you flat the second row as well, you get 119 cubic feet of space. That's huge, right? Now let us understand more nitty-gritty of this trunk as well. You obviously get this classic leathered cover which has your charging cables as well as your NSCS adapter. I'll just keep it on the sides. That's where you see this awesome clean design here. You have this good handle to open up under the trunk. Not huge space, I would say, small cubbies here and there, but it is still very well neatly designed. On my right, you have obviously your trunk light, but you have got good household power system over here, as well as some hooks to kind of tie in a net in case you want to put any grocery item. On my left is where you have power buttons to flat your second, third row as well. So as you see, once we flat the entire third row and the second row, this is how it looks. It is completely flat, very well designed. In fact, you can use this button right here to apparently fold and bring the second row seats up so that you can easily come inside to the third row, and that's a neat feature here from Cadillac. Okay, so now the $1,000,000 question is, do you have an engine bay or a big frunk in this Escalade IQ? Well, you can actually open it from this key by just pressing it twice, and there you go. It will automatically come up. Everything is powered. That's called luxury for you. Big frunk what you have here. 12.2 cubic feet space in this. In fact, the frunk is quite deep and large. A good adult can easily actually sit or sleep inside this quite easily. What happens if you sleep inside? Well, you even have this small panic button right here. If you press this, and the trunk will automatically open in case your friend puts you inside this frunk. What else we have here is obviously your trunk light, some hooks, and interesting enough is 120 volt max 400 watt full household power outlet here as well. That is top notch luxury in its own way. How do you close this trunk? And what is under this trunk, that's what we are going to talk about in terms of the specifications, what this car comes with and the battery. This car comes with dual electric motors, produces 750 horsepower, 785 pound-feet of torque in the velocity max mode. Regularly it produces 680 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque. One speed all-wheel drive, 205 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery. That's a huge battery. In fact, that enables you 800 volt architecture, 350 kilowatt DC fast charging, 19.2 kilowatt onboard level 2 charging, EV range of 460 miles, 740 kilometers. That means you can take this beast not only on city driving but also long journeys. And 0 to 100 in 5.2 seconds. The towing is 8,000 pounds, weight is 9,000 pounds, and the top speed is 130 miles, which is really fast. So let us close the trunk. Simply push this down a little bit, and rest the car will do it for you guys. Let's get inside this beautiful and luxurious car and see what's powering the interior and tech of this Escalade IQ. The key is very classic General Motors key with Cadillac logo. Very simple and easy to understand, nothing fancy. I wish they could change this key to something very fancy to match the exterior and the fancier Cadillac. Also, you can use a digital key on your phone to get inside the car, but I'll just put this in my pocket. Simply use this button and the car door opens for me. Now let me hop inside this car, and that's where things completely change. I can tell you one thing, when you step inside this Escalade IQ, you are being greeted by this 55-inch massive pillar-to-pillar infotainment screens right here, as if you are in a movie theater in front of you inside the car. Now that is something which I have never seen in any other car so far. Over to the driver's side panel, and I must say the doors in Cadillac opens 90 degrees, whether it is front or back. Over to the top is where you have this leather finish with this camel brown kind of stitching. You have this glossy wood finish over here which is sparkling and it looks so nice. This is the metal strip which also connects with this door panel, and it looks immensely luxurious. All different controls on the door right here. You have got heated seats, ventilated seats, 2% memories, power operated 12 adjustable driver seat, and a massage function as well. Second half of this door panel where you get a massive AKG sound system grille, and this is also metal finish. Intriguing details. Do you know how many speakers this car has? 40 speakers, guys. This car's sound system is next level. But so as this fit and finish and material quality over here, this is a soft touch padding here, and I love this dual tone color combination in this particular car. This is the camellia brown, what they call it, and it looks exceptionally well. You have this handle over here to open or close your doors, and these are very heavy. If I press up, the door will automatically close. The window switches are also one touch up down, as well as it's a combination of both piano black and metal finish, and this is luxurious. The door pockets are quite wide but not too deep, but it is decent size. The way it is designed, it is hard for you to keep a bottle in a vertical position. You need to lay down the bottle or anything what you have. But the good thing is this portion here is not very scratchy plastic. It is softer than any other car you see. You have got this classic Escalade skid plate over here, but it does says IQ. It does not glow, by the way. On my left here is where you have got some more controls. Parking brake, you have this button which can be used to bring your car up or down. That's the air suspension which I was talking about. You can open your front trunk or the back trunk with these buttons. Your light brightness controls over here, and the AC vent is quite slim and wide, and I love the way it is finished with this metal touches and the hood finish. And you see this AKG speakers everywhere, because remember how many 40 speakers in this car, guys. One over here as well. The entire front dash is all AKG speakers, and you have got heads up display over here as well. One more interesting feature over here is the Easter egg right here when you open the driver's side door panel. So now we are from the passenger side. I wanted to show you the dashboard fit and finish and the luxuriousness of this car. Over to the dashboard, look at this massive 55-inch OLED screen what you are looking at, and the shiny real hood finish over here broken down with this metal finish, and the slim AC vents. This leather camellia interior here looks exceptionally well. The glove box is right here. You don't have any levers or any button to open it because you have it right from the screen. Here is where you go to the doors and you click this, but cabin space opens. It is quite deep. What else we have here is the massive under console space over here, and it is quite wide and deep as well. But look at the small touches. You have got this Cadillac logo mimicking design with the same camellia stitching kind of lines. 12 adjustable massage seats for passenger as well, but the luxuriousness and the softness of these seats are next level. Again, original pure leather, perforated seats, heated and ventilated, soft bolstering on the sides, soft overall, and very luxurious. The car seats also comes with headrest speakers over here, thanks to the AKG 40 speakers in this car. Alright, so now I'm in this Escalade IQ, and let's talk about the steering wheel and the comfort from the driver's side. The steering wheel is really awesome, soft touch with some leather stitching as well. You have this panel which is nothing but your Super Cruise panel, which glows when the Super Cruise is active with green light. The steering overall is really classic Cadillac. You see the same design, same haptic buttons in all its cars. But what is new is this chrome or aluminum finish on the steering wheel as well, and it looks certainly luxurious. The Cadillac logo and the leather stitching over here is also premium. In fact, you can have telescopic and tilted adjustment of this steering with power, which is nice. You have got simple light controls and wiper controls over here, and on my right is where you have got gear controls, push for park and push and down for drive and up for reverse. Now when you come inside, the attention simply pans to this massive screens here in front of you. It is certainly quite big, and you need to spend a good amount of time to understand that. First of all, the passenger side also gets their own screen. In fact, the driver cannot see the screen from this angle, but the passenger sitting on the passenger side can easily see, play some movies or music or do anything what they want, and that is a great touch for passengers. Over to the main center infotainment screen. This is quite huge, and the graphics and the clarity of this screen is top notch because it's an OLED screen. You've got some basic controls over here which you cannot play around with, but the touchscreen is only this portion. I wish they could have increased their touchscreen to slightly wider form factor, but whatever we have is also classic, zippy, fast. And one thing I want to make a note here is this is an Android based Google inbuilt operating system. That means no wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It is one thing which Cadillac and GM has part ways with. I don't know why, but it is still not ready for completely replacing the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Android systems, you can download all the apps like Spotify and everything, but you cannot download is the Apple CarPlay or the Apple Music. In the screen, we have settings right on the bottom, which is not easy to kind of, access, but it is still there if you want to use the touch screen here. You have got vehicle status over here, enables you with all other energy information about the car charging and everything else. So you have got the shortcut buttons over here as well. The car also comes with 5G internet, as you see there, but everything else you can also control from this interesting center console here. That's where your luxury starts, right? Center console here with this massive digital screen. This is where you control every other features like HVAC system for your front, second row, or third row. In fact, you can do a whole lot in this. The screen is haptic and you can feel the haptic feedback in your fingers. As you see, you can use your safety, lights, drive modes, door, windows, opening the hood. Even the rear steering feature is all integrated in this screen. You can even use this camera system here, which opens up the 360-degree camera system, the overhead view as well as the side view. Everything is top notch and very crisp and clear. Overall, the screen is quite simple and easy to use. What else we have in the center console is some small cubby space behind the screen. You have got two wireless chargers, one for the passenger, one for the driver. You have got these two cup holders, the same high-end metal finish, the hood finish, everything is top notch, but the cup holders are not heated or ventilated. In the center is where you have this roller knob with this crystal Cadillac logo and some metal finish over here, surrounded by some piano black. But this is where you use to control your infotainment screen. You also have some shortcut buttons over here for navigation, home and back. This is your volume button if you want to go louder in your AKG sound system. So the center console is quite deep and wide. It has got 3 USB-Cs and 1 HDMI port, I believe, for your movies, and you have got 12-volt charger as well. When it comes to comfort, the center console here is all leather finish, soft touch, and it is quite big. So now over to the headliner. The headliner is top notch again, Alcantara material, and this center section is very clean and neatly designed. You have got interior camera system here as well, and you have got some LED light system and SOS and everything else. The only thing which I must say is there is this huge panoramic sunroof, but it is fixed, it does not open, and there is no sunshade to close in case if you don't want any light to come inside. Let's talk about the sun visor here. The sun visor also has that same Alcantara material. It is quite big, and I love the way this mirror opens and it has got two LED lights for you. That is really nice. Alright everyone, so now I'm in the second row seats of this Escalade IQ, and this is as luxurious as you are on the driver's seat. The first thing first, the door panel here and the door itself. The door opens 90 degrees. Look at how much wide it is. You can easily come inside. Even for the third row, it's quite easy to get inside. First, the door panel. The second door panel also has same level of high quality materials, fit and finish, leathered, stitching, those metal grills for your AKG sound systems, your real hood finish with some detailing inside. You have the same leather padding here as well, some small cubby space here. This has got the same metal handles to close or open the door. Even it has got one touch buttons for your windows and lock unlock. Again, black piano finish over here. The door pockets are not too wide, but it is deep, and again good quality material over here as well. So let us talk about the comfort on the second row as well. First of all, the front seats are very well designed, and it has got this interesting cutout so that you can have enough space for the second row. It even has this pocket here, which is good, and everything else is all leather stitching here as well, and it looks really premium. These seats are captain seats here. You can even opt for the executive setting where the center console here is all electronic, and it has got a lot of cool features. Now this seat here can be moved forward and backward with this lever, but not power operated. This lever you can use it to kind of have your backrest inclined for more comfort in long journeys. But let me talk more from the other side. You even have this armrest which is kind of soft and wide. Here is where you get a massive touchscreen to control everything what you want in terms of your AC vents for second and third row. You can even control your ambient lighting, doors, as well as heated seats and the flow of the air. Everything is controlled from the screen. You have a small space over here. If you open up, you have got cup holders, you just push it back. You have two USB-Cs and household power outlet here as well. The floor is completely flat and it brings lots of openness in that term. Now I am 5'8", and as you see, I am literally comfortable and lounging in this chair. The leg space here is roughly around 38 to 39 inches, and you can easily increase by moving this chair front or back. The headroom here is quite good as well. My hair is not brushing this top thanks to this panoramic glass, and it also has the same level of high quality materials. You have got AKG speakers here as well, and the door itself is quite big and easy, but it does not have power operated or any sunshades, something to note about. Now let us go to the third row and see, is it worth for adults or just for the kids? So there are two interesting ways of hopping into the third row. One is simply just move from this space over here, or second is just fold this one of the second rows. There you go. It just completely flushes down, and then you can flip it to come inside the third row. But right now I'm just moving it from here. This seat here was quite back in terms of where I was sitting, but still I have got enough leg room here. I can easily kind of move the seat slightly forward to bring in more space for the third row passengers. What do we have here? Obviously the seats are not quite high from the floor, so you have less under thigh support, but the seats are luxurious. You can sit 3 people over here comfortably. Yeah, so the comfort here is really great. I can certainly say that the adults can also go for long trips. What we have here is your own AC vents, some LED lights, as well as some speakers, and that same Alcantara finish continues here. You've got a good decent sized window here for the third passengers. Some interesting plastic element here, USB-C, padded handrest, cup holders, but no heated seats. What if you want to come out from the third row? They have interestingly positioned this button right here. With one press of a button, this seat right here completely folds, and it kind of tumbles up, as you see, and you can easily come out of this car without any hassle. So how do you start your car? You simply put your foot over here and the car starts and the door closes for you. Alright, so it's time for the driving dynamics of this Escalade IQ. Let us drive this and understand, with this 9000 lb of weight, does it really drive like a tank, or it is as smooth as any other luxury car? As you see clearly that I've turned off all the music system and the AC vents to give you a fair understanding of how quite confident and smooth this car is. Mind you, this has got 205 kilowatt hour battery, which is huge. When you are on this driving seat of this Escalade, you feel commanding, and the way you feel the road is nothing than any other car. Right now I'm sitting quite high. The visibility is awesome. In fact, the A pillar is quite big, but they have got this small window which helps me with more better visibility. This car drives on the 24-inch tires, but actually you don't feel it because of this magnetic ride control feature in this car. That's top-notch GM technology. What it does is, based on the speed, it kind of stiffens the suspension or softens the suspension. Right now I'm slow in the community, so the car is quite soft, but at the same time not wobbly, and that's called magnetic ride control in GM's way. In fact, the turning radius is quite good, and it is very easy for us to turn because of that rear steering wheel feature in this car. I was easily able to move this big 224-inch car without any issues at all. When I put the turn signals on, you get this interesting camera system which takes away your blind spot monitoring system, and it is quite handy feature. You get it in Hyundai cars as well as Kia cars, but the problem here is the cameras are not high resolution. At least at this price point, you want it to be much more crisp and clear. This car rides on the same Ultium platform as every other Ultium cars in GM's and Cadillac's portfolio, but this car is quite different. In fact, it is similar to how the GM's Hummer EV and the Hummer pickup truck are, but this car's body roll is quite less comparatively. Regenerative braking system, which is quite easy to understand and use if you get used to it. Overall, the car is fun to drive. It is big, it is huge, but when you drive it, you don't feel it that you are driving such a big car. And that's a great DNA of Cadillac cars, especially with this Escalade. The overall suspension and the braking is also quite soft, but it is confident when you need to brake. The agility of this car is fun, though it is big in every which way, thanks to the center of gravity and the huge battery below this car. Overall, the car is truly living up to the American icon, the Cadillac Escalade, and this car is no different. This is sheer pleasure and fun to drive and luxury in its best way. So after spending some good quality time with this Escalade IQ, it's time for the final verdict. So let us talk about the pros and cons first. The pros of this car is the excellent road presence, bleeding edge technology inside, and awesome luxury as well. The most important thing is the high EV performance of this car is also noteworthy. The cons are its hefty price and minus the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto this car doesn't come with. And I don't see any other reason why you shouldn't shortlist this car. So who is this car for? The car is for those who are looking for a biggest and baddest luxury SUV out there, and most importantly a car which can provide them top of the line luxury as well as EV performance which is none other than in the market. The question which I am here to answer is it worth buying this Escalade IQ? Well, the price is certainly in the premium category. What it delivers for that price point in terms of looks, interior comfort and EV performance, it is at par. This isn't just a replacement of Escalade. This is a whole new chapter in the Escalade world. And hence, if you are a Cadillac loyalist or a fan out there, then you will certainly like this car and it is hard to beat. Well, that is all for us for this particular Escalade IQ today. If you enjoyed this review so far, then please like and subscribe to support my channel. That's all from my side. See you all in the next one.